Star up in the sky, from that mountain peak up high, you made it. I'm the world's greatest. Muhammad Ali in appreciation of Muhammad Ali's 79th birthday, the greatest. I'm the world's greatest. You know,
Yeah.
we don't really like the singer that much. R. Kelly, you heard all that.
Oh no,
That
that was R. Kelly.
was R. Kelly. But the guy's got good songs, regardless of how messed up he was and stuff and whatever.
Yeah. Listen, he was no matter what kind of sexual predator he was, he wrote good
He,
music.
he was good, man. There was a lot of babies were made with R. Kelly songs.
That's right. Unfortunately, I think it was him making them.
I know, eh? I just put my headphones on. But yeah, Doc, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good, good. So we're back. It's been a little while since this pandemic started and everything. Back in March is when we really got locked down and stuff, and we're in a lockdown again, like stay at home orders and everything. But it's a crazy time.
Yeah.
Uh, but the thing is, like with our podcast, we stopped it during that time. We were both, trying to figure out what's going on and stuff and whatever. But we took some time off from it. I mean, it's not like we took time off from the sport. I was definitely keeping up with everything that was going on and everything. But the thing is, like me and Doc, we like to get together to talk about boxing, and that's why our podcast was something that we really enjoyed because that was something during like in the week we knew we were gonna do. It's fun. We get to talk about boxing and know our expertise.
Yeah.
So we put it on hold because we're like, well, I don't really want to do this. But now we're like, there's so much going on in boxing right now. So
Yeah.
good fights, so many good weight classes, a 135-pound weight class, things
Yeah.
like that. So it's like we pushed it too long, but now we gotta start talking about we gotta start talking
Exactly.
about it again.
We had our withdrawal symptoms, and now we're
Yeah,
we're back.
we did. And just a crazy time too, right,
Yeah.
Doc? Like to be
Yeah.
living in stuff. Who thought we'd ever experience anything like
Yeah.
this? You know,
Yeah.
pretty
We're,
crazy. But
we're
I mean, the major thing is like as long as we're safe and we're healthy, playing by the rules.
that's it.
We'll all be fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We got him.
But you look good, Doc. Like you've been, what is your diet and stuff?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Like I've been doing this for a couple of years. I'll be quick.
Yeah,
I do like a ketogenic slash low carb diet.
yeah, you were talking about
Lifestyle.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, when I'm at a point with my nutrition where when I burn calories, it's burning from fat, not
fat,
from carbohydrate stores or from
right?
sugar stores. So I've been doing that. Lost some good weight plus a lot
Right.
of exercise, and
Yeah,
yeah, I feel good.
good, good.
Paying up. But man, it shows you how important that you can work out, do all your stuff, but nutrition, that's the key.
Nutrition's key. I really like lately. I've been changing my diet a lot because I train hard, but my diet is shit is suspect. If
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
yes. You got to bring that up to the level
Yeah,
of the level that you're training.
exactly.
Really
Now my
important.
diet is like that, so I'm
Yeah.
ready to take that step.
Awesome, awesome.
Get back in
That's
the
something
ring.
we'll talk about
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
at a certain point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was no fights. So we're gonna just jump right into um like basically we'll touch on some of the fights that we missed throughout March till now and
Yeah.
stuff, but we'll just talk more of the recent
Yeah.
fights right now. And as we go along, we'll throw that in there and stuff. We've been keeping up to date.
Yeah.
So I mean, the biggest order of talk right now is that 135-pound weight class, um, and with those top guys in there like Tefimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis and Lomachenko and David Haney. I mean, David Haney. I mean, people are forgetting Lomachenko. I mean, you can't
Yes.
forget to put his name in there, man. This guy was a pound for pound best in the sport.
Yeah.
that fought a guy that was, to me, was bigger
Yep.
and lost. But Lomachenko will beat, I think, even Tank. I think
Think so?
Lomachenko. I think so, but maybe not Lopez. Lopez. He can't beat Lopez in a rematch for sure. But the other guys he can beat, I think.
You don't think he'll? Do you think he'll get an opportunity for a rematch?
I don't think so because Lopez was stating that Lomachenko didn't put it in his contract that if I beat him, he
Yeah.
gets an automatic rematch. He didn't put that.
That's weird.
So
Why
he's
wouldn't he
like,
put
"Why?
that?
I'm not gonna give him a rematch. He didn't give me a no. He didn't put. If I lost, he wouldn't give me a rematch. He
Yeah.
said no
Yeah.
to that, right? I mean, a lot of. I guess we can jump right into the Lomachenko talk
Yeah. Let's
instead.
talk about that
But
because you're bringing up a good point. Because then, why should he get the equal say
exactly,
on that topic as Lomachenko when Lomachenko is a multiple belt title holder?
right.
So Teofimo doesn't have a say on that. That
Hmm.
should come down to the parameters that the champ team puts down, not him.
I mean, I agree, but like he said, no rematch. If I when I beat Lopez, he ain't gonna get a rematch.
Uh, it's just not a good
So
way of thinking.
yeah, and I think like since Lomachenko with that loss, I love Lomachenko and he's been very humble and I really like humility and all that in
Yeah, yeah,
boxing, especially.
yeah,
A lot of people appreciate that, but Lomachenko was talking unlike him, like he was saying basically like what I did. Most boxing fans would appreciate it. I collect data for 11 rounds. I don't know what the hell ever that means and stuff. It's like, that whole Ukrainian scientific approach to
yeah.
and Russian scientific approach. I don't know what he's alluding to, man.
So was he
I
trying to
don't
say
like
that
that.
he thought he won the fight?
He said he won the fight. He said he's like what did he say? He's like, I think the first half of the fight, he got more rounds than I did. This Lomachenko talking. But in the second half of the fight, I took over. That's what Lomachenko said.
He did have momentum in the second half, but he didn't win every round in the second. He didn't win 6 rounds in the second half of the fight.
Bingo. Exactly. Exactly. That's it. And he lost the last round for sure. He gave
Yes.
up those 6, 7 early rounds.
Yeah.
And then the other rounds were some were even and some were not his rounds.
Right. I agree for
I
sure.
mean, so the thing now, but do you I like Lopez. I think I really like Lopez. I mean, to be honest, I thought, and I was wearing the Lomachenko shirt, and I'm like, Lomachenko's gonna show why he's
Yeah.
called the Matrix, and
Yeah.
because he does it to everyone. He's been doing
Yeah.
it to everyone,
Yeah.
except for that disputed loss to
Toledo.
Salido, which was rubbish. Um, but I mean, he was great. He's a great fighter. His dad talked a lot. He's one of those like Garcia's, like Danny Garcia's dad,
Yeah.
Angel. I know you love Angel.
I love him because the
Yeah,
truth is the truth.
the
He's the best. He's
yeah.
the best, man.
Yeah, he's
I love
great.
that
He's
guy.
great. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does all the talking. Like Danny Garcia doesn't even talk at the press
No,
conferences. No one wants to eat Danny. No one wants to hear you. Let's hear your dad. That's what it is.
that's true. But did you see? I'm getting off topic here.
Yeah,
Did you see the press conference after the fight? His last fight, Danny Garcia, that he lost to. Uh,
Earl
right.
Spence. Yeah,
Yeah. Like in the press conference, his dad was coming down on Danny.
yeah. I didn't watch it.
Basically, he was saying, "You're not throwing." He didn't throw punches. That's the problem. He didn't have volume. If he would have had volume, we would have won the fight.
Okay, good. He said the truth. He said the truth.
But Danny was like, almost. He was trying to kind of say the opposite. He's saying, "No,
Oh
that's
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch it because I felt there was a little tension in that camp.
Yeah,
Now,
that's probably
immediately after a loss, I'm sure they'll make amends or whatever, but there was some tension there, even in the post conference. Watch it at some point and tell me what you think. I'd like your opinion.
okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Interesting,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Because I mean,
But you were talking about Lopez's father. Yeah,
yeah, and Lopez's father was saying all throughout the build up to the Lomachenko fight, we're gonna beat him. We're gonna beat
yeah,
him. We're gonna knock him out. We're gonna, and we're like, this guy's just talking, and no one can beat
yeah,
Lomachenko. But he, Lomachenko, to me, he looked like he was scared to engage.
yeah.
He didn't engage at all. He barely threw anything. What
Hmm.
is that? What does that tell you? One is that the guy's done something. He showed him some kind of power that he's felt, and he knows that I gotta be stay very on my p's and q's.
Yeah, and I noticed that in the fight too. Two things I thought Lopez did really well was, and I think Lomachenko underestimated, was how quick his jab is. It was
Yeah,
nice, quick, snapping jab. The other thing he did really well is he controlled the distance almost the whole fight, except for a few rounds. But
yeah.
he really had Lomachenko at the end of his
For sure,
power.
he
So
did. He did. He had him on the defensive.
yeah,
He
we
was
saw
coming
some good
forward.
defense from Lopez. That was nice to see.
Yeah,
And I think he'll only improve with that.
and then some people say, yeah, and then some people say, well, I mean, then Lomachenko came back and won the. Well, what else is he gonna do? He's gotta go. He lost, gave up all those rounds. He's not a fool. He knows he lost those rounds. He's got to win some rounds to make it even a respectable. Because if it went the same pace, it would have been a complete one-sided fight. But Lomachenko then pushed the envelope, right? And
Yeah,
then made the fight more respectable,
yeah, yeah,
respectable.
he did for sure. I agree.
Yeah, yeah,
And but you're right. He never. I think he caught him maybe once, Tiafimo, with I can't remember if it was a straight or a hook, but he caught him once in the fight. But other than that, he didn't hit
not,
him that cleanly. So
and
they did a good
we're
job.
talking about a guy that's dominated everybody. He's no
Except one
much
fight. Except one
Salito or
against a
Reagan.
Japanese dude.
Oh, right, right.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
it went 12 rounds.
yeah,
And it was
yeah,
closer than he would have liked, but he still won
yeah,
that.
yeah. Those Japanese, man. I was watching a fight yesterday, but it was an older fight on Box Nation. Miguel Burchelt, he was fighting a Japanese
I
fighter.
remember that fight.
That Japanese guy was tough as hell, man. Damn. He had Burchelt on the defense the whole fight.
Yes. That was a good
Forget
fight.
his name. Yeah, yeah,
That was a really good fight.
yeah,
I don't remember his name, but yeah, you always get these guys that come. Remember the guy that fought Guerrero, Robert Guerrero,
yeah,
back in the day,
yeah,
also tough as
yeah.
nails.
Look at on the ESPN card, Felix Verdero. You know,
Yep,
the
yep.
Puerto
Puerto
Rican
Rican. Yep.
Nakatani. That's a guy that the Japanese guy. That this fight was great, Doc, on ESPN. It was an amazing fight. Like Verdero, he's a really good fighter, and he was actually like propelled to be like the next Cotto Felix Trinidad.
Yeah.
He had that one hiccup where he lost and he changed things, went to Emmanuel Salas, whatever, and then uh, looked like he was ready to do it again. And then
Yeah.
he knocked Nakatani down twice. This Japanese guy came back and gave him a hard fight. And this is the same Japanese guy that fought Tefimo Lopez. Remember, made him look ordinary.
That's the fight we're talking about. The one fight he had, Tiafimo, where he didn't knock
But
anybody
Tefimo,
out.
oh, I thought you were talking about Lomachenko.
No, no, I
Oh,
was
then,
talking about
okay,
Tiafimo,
Tefimo, yes,
the
that was him.
Japanese guy. Yeah.
Nakatani.
That's him.
Yeah, yeah, that
Oh wow.
tall Japanese fighter.
Tall. He is tall. He's tough as nails too.
Japanese have a lot of great fighters, eh,
Yeah.
Doc? In the
Yeah.
lighter weight class and stuff, like really good fighters.
Yeah.
Look at Inoue. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Like he's You got to put this guy up as one of the best in the world right now.
Yes, definitely. And I hope we see him fight in North America again. His
He
last
just
fight was.
he had a fight here with Maloney, with the
Yeah, I saw
Maloney
that fight.
brother. Yeah, look,
Yeah,
he was a good performance.
yeah, yeah,
Those Maloney brothers get a lot of respect. Those two
yeah, yeah,
brothers.
definitely. Yeah, he job,
Oh, so yeah,
but Inoue just he controlled that fight.
yeah. Look at remember Inu and uh,
Oh, Filipino,
the Filipino
the
Donaire.
Flash, Donaire.
Donaire. Oh my! And this is between me and you. I stayed home from work that day. It started at 8 o'clock in the morning. I started at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I can't miss this fight. I got up at like 7, and I was ready right with that. And so I'm so glad I watched that because
That
what a
was
fight that was, man.
that was an amazing fight. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
That was crazy.
In Japan, sick
Oh,
fight. Hey
that was
man,
awesome.
you gotta give Donaire so much respect. I really respect that guy so much. He's a great humanitarian. He's a
Yes,
great person, great
yeah.
fighter, and great
Always
fighter.
liked him.
Yeah.
I'll never forget his knockout on Montiel, the
Yeah.
Mexican.
Oh, and he had him going like on the ground. Like
Yeah, off of that hook.
he was a big puncher Donaire. And
Yeah,
at one point he was a pound for pound best one year.
that's right. He
Um,
won Fighter of the Year.
he did, right? He did win
Yeah,
fight of the year as well. Yeah. What about his knockout of Victor Chenian?
yeah. He fought him twice, eh? Beat
He
him
fought him
twice.
twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that Darchinian knockout was sick too.
He just D'Artagnan. I didn't like D'Artagnan. He was pretty arrogant,
Yeah,
brash,
yeah,
like this brash, like
yeah,
arrogant. He was in the Sydney Olympics in 2000. Remember that
yeah,
guy?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
he's brash and arrogant and stuff, but and he loaded it up for this shot. You can't load up on the freaking Donaire, and Donaire just bang with a hook. Out, he's out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that
That's
and a good tidbit about that fight, because that fight, I forget, I think maybe it was in New York or something, but D'Artagnan's dad was his first time coming from Armenia or something, and
oh yes.
to watch him fight, because D'Artagnan beat a lot of guys and stuff,
He
regardless
did.
of, because he
And he
had
never
that,
got knocked down
he,
until he fought Donaire.
he was tough
Yeah,
lad,
tough
tough
dude.
lad, yeah, yeah.
What a fight
Um,
though for your father to come and see.
I know, and you get knocked like bad, and your face going face first, and you're up. That
Yeah,
was
not a
crazy.
good look.
Yeah. Lopez though, he was talking, and he's like, Lopez, like, I'm a fighter. I gotta dig in deep. I knew he was coming, and this one then when Lomachenko started coming and losing the round, so he knew he had to go for broke. I didn't know if they had him up on the scorecards or not. You never know with the refs, man. I mean, judges. And I love to fight. I can bang too. I don't care, man. I'll give one to give one. That's what a true champ does. I'll find a way. so, so now, so what is going to be next for Lopez? What do we think? One thing is that's thrown out there right now, and
Yeah.
it's more than thrown out there because his mandatory IBF mandatory is George Cambosos Jr. I don't know if you've seen this guy, Doc, but he's from
I haven't seen it.
Australia. He's a
Yeah.
Greek Australian.
Okay.
Very good. He's 19 and 0, 10 knockouts. He's had a couple good fights. He fought Lee Selby. He beat Lee Selby, the British
How long
fighter.
ago? How long
Very
ago?
recent, not too
Okay.
recent. I mean, it was recent.
Police? Yeah. Okay. Well, we got to
Good
give him.
fighter. And then there was another fighter, and I'm forgetting his name. I should have wrote it down that he fought to, but notable. Oh, Mickey Bay Jr.
Oh, Mickey Bay.
Mickey
Yeah.
Bay. He was a good fighter too. So some credibility, but I mean, not. I love. Look, we're talking about. Whenever we talk about these guys, all we can talk about is Teofimo Lopez, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, and Vasily Lomachenko.
So
Like, sorry,
yeah,
go ahead.
here's kind of my thought on this. That between those four guys you just named, not even including Devin Haney,
Yeah.
those are huge names right now,
Yeah.
right? Including Ryan Garcia, A, because of his last fight, and B, he's all over TikTok, he's all over social media. Plus,
Instagram, 8.5 million followers.
exactly.
You
So
you probably follow him, Doc.
I don't, dude. I don't do the social media,
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
but I'll try to connect with him on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what my generation does.
Yeah. Okay.
But my thought is these are potentially such big fights. Now we're into 2021. The vaccinations are going out there. I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe as a promoter, you want to wait a little bit.
Because of the crowd, the size of the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, one thing, and funny that you brought that up because this fight with George Kambosos Jr. is already being talked about to have in Australia, where Costa Zoo's son Tim Zoo, who's I'm not too like thrilled about and stuff and whatever he's doing good. Anyways, there was he fought in I think it was Manchester Stadium in Townsville, Australia, and there was 16,000 fans there. So the numbers over there are on a downward spiral, like they're downward
Yeah.
decline.
The problem is, I don't know if they'll want to go there because of the time change.
But the
They,
time change isn't like for TV
for
or
TV, also for TV, for pay-per-view.
but this is definitely not pay per view. Definitely not. No, nobody's pay per view except for maybe Canelo. Uh,
Okay, but just for viewership, like if the fight's going to be at 6 in the morning or whatever, or
well,
6 in the morning our time in North America, that's a lot of viewers not maybe watching at that point. But
one thing they do, Doc, and if you notice too, like I think there was a recent fight where it was I can't forget it was a British fighter that fought an American. Anyways, but they showed it on the regular time here
oh,
in Eastern Standard Time.
okay,
So they were showing the fight like at 11, 11:30, 12,
got
like that.
I
And
like
then
that.
that's like 5 hours ahead in the UK.
Right.
So that's 5 in the morning. I mean, let them suffer. We don't.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, if they'll do that,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
Yeah.
They're really,
They're so-called big fans and like go on. There's only one Tyson Fury.
It's like they make up. They just take
I
songs that already exist and put
yeah.
their own lyrics to it.
Yeah, but they're funny though, man. They're fans. They're real fans.
Oh
Like, look
yeah,
at Ricky Hatton, like that the army base that those the base of they could Ricky's army and you call it and stuff. They used to
yeah,
follow him everywhere, man.
yeah.
They're
They're huge
big,
fans.
passionate fans.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Whether it's football or boxing or whatever, they're huge.
they are. Mind you, like you get the hooligans and stuff too, and then they start like kicking off and stuff and whatever. But it comes with the territory.
Yeah, 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 for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah. So yeah. So the possibility could be that they're gonna have that fight. They'll have Camboso, but he's actually really popular too, Camboso, because I the Greek because he's Greek too. In Melbourne, I guess like it's the biggest Greek population outside of Greece
Oh yeah.
and some other country,
Well, wasn't
Cyprus.
Costa Zoo Greek Australian?
No, Russian. He's
Costa,
Russian.
Russia?
Kazuzu. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Well, I thought it was Greek, but
yeah.
yeah. But I would still like to see the top names. Yeah, I get. You know what? Look, if they wait until COVID's over, they take a risk. Also,
Yeah.
we don't know when this is going to be over. So the
Honestly,
sooner these
we
guys
don't.
fight, the better it is for us fans. Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean,
then,
like today, the I think it was the Kansas City Chiefs football game. I think they had a big crowd there too. No, I
yeah,
don't. But they've been having fans at some stadiums. I don't understand
I
which
don't get
like
it.
how it goes and
Like the Leafs are playing. The Leafs played again last night, Ottawa.
They play, but there's no fans, right?
No fans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody.
yeah.
But I heard something about. I I saw watched an interview with Devin Haney um, after the Garcia Ryan Garcia fight.
Yeah.
Devin Haney must have a belt or something because he kept saying that
He,
Garcia is his mandatory. Did you hear
um,
anything like
wait,
that?
who Garcia's mandatory?
Like Devin Haney, because Haney has a belt.
I don't. I forget what that was. But the thing is, one thing is like this, is that there's too many belts. Who
Yes.
knows what the hell is what? This guy's WBC. He's a silver WBC silver belt intern or like.
Yes.
I'm serious. Like this is what they're doing. There's so
That's
many belts.
nuts.
Devin Haney got his belt pretty much because whoever had it, he had to relinquish it. Then Devin Haney got to eat like an email sent to him that you're the WBC champion, and we're gonna send you the belt. So he becomes the
Wow.
WBC champion.
Wow.
It's too much. It's mind-boggling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who cares about the belts? Um, like for example, Gervonta Davis, that fight with Leo Santa Cruz, it was for two belts in two weight classes. That's never happened in boxing.
Well, that's weird, man. You shouldn't be
He,
losing your belt in
yeah,
both belts in one weight class.
because Leo, or I don't know what it was. I don't know. Javante had the 126 or Leo had the 126 and Javante had the 130. Well, I don't know what it is. I can't even keep up, to be honest.
That's weird, man. You should just lose the belt or win the belt of the weight class you're fighting in.
That's it,
I should
exactly.
expect another weight belt,
So
but so
like,
it is possible then
yeah,
that Haney is going to fight Garcia.
but
That's a risky fight.
Doc, no, it's not. It's okay. The thing is this right now, and Brian Garcia talked about it. Let's go into that. We'll go into that
Okay.
talk because okay, like it's so much to talk about. That we're all over it,
Yeah, are you
but
timing this?
yeah, yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay.
But Garcia, he wants Tank. He said it right after the fight.
Yeah.
I want Tank. I want Tank.
Yeah.
Tank has been saying, I want Garcia too.
Yeah.
I want, let's get this fight going. Um, recently, there was, uh, there's a podcast. Have you heard about it? Mike Tyson's. It's called,
Hot boxing with Mike
Boxing.
Tyson.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
great. It's
watched.
great. Love
Yeah.
Tyson.
Yeah, me too.
He's
I really like it. It's good.
yeah, it's
It's
good. It's
good. It's
very
really honest too. I love that.
it's great. Yeah, so honest. It's
Yeah.
he spills out his heart. Everyone really appreciates him and loves Mike Tyson because he's a
Yeah.
real dude. You don't
I'm
get
a
realer
huge
than him.
fan. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he speaks
wasn't
so
it?
well and so
He's
intelligently.
he speaks eloquently. He's like one of the, he's he speaks like stupendous. Isn't it?
Oh man, that's
But Doc, wasn't it nice to be able to say, "Hey, man, you want to watch? You let's um, no, we can't get together, but this weekend's a Tyson fight, and this summer we were able to see, or a few months ago we were able to see
that's
Tyson and Roy Jones go at it in
yeah,
that exhibition, but
yeah.
Tyson looked good, man.
I thought so too. I
Man,
thought
he
so
was doing
too.
some of those moves. I was
Woo!
like, that's an old Tyson.
Yes.
I mean,
And
I can't say any much of Roy Jones, but Tyson was
yeah, he looked good and he wasn't even you know like the shots to the head weren't his hardest. I don't
yeah,
think he was trying to knock his head off, but he
yeah,
was going pretty good to the body. I like
yeah,
that.
for sure they were
Yeah,
yeah
they're both competitive guys.
they got both over I think over 10 million.
Wow,
But I
not a bad
think
payday.
yeah,
Not
but
bad.
I think a lot of it they were donating.
That's really cool.
Well, I forget what it was. Maybe I think it was something like that. But
That's,
no, nice to see that, eh?
yeah, yeah. And he wants to keep doing that type of thing, Tyson, he
He
said.
does it now. You know what the talk is now? Is the Holyfield with Holyfield a third fight?
Jeez. You
That
know,
you know what they're saying, Doc? 100 million,
oh,
100 million each. They're gonna get for that.
wow. Wow, that would be huge.
That'd be crazy, eh?
That would be huge.
Cause all
I'm
you
hoping, as
sorry,
long as
go ahead.
Holyfield's okay, as long as his health is good, his
Well,
brain.
when I was, that's how we always talk, say, like, well, when Mama told me, Mama, when I was in Atlanta, Mom told me to eat my grits. I pray to God, and when Jesus
uh,
Christ, my Savior.
very religious, very humble guy too, which I
Yeah,
like too.
yeah, love him, love him, man,
Yeah.
love him. I mean, uh, he lost a lot of his money. He's. I heard he's like worth like 1 million or even less than that.
Oh,
Lost a lot of his money.
well, he had Don King too as his promoter, right?
But I can't even remember. Was it King
I
for
think
how?
for a time he had King.
Yeah,
So I could be wrong, but I think so.
yeah. I think it was King for a while, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Anyways,
so yeah, so the on that podcast, Hot Boxing, and Ryan Garcia was a guest there of Tyson's, and Tyson got on Javante Davis on FaceTime on his phone, and they were going back at it, them too. Like, Garcia's like, I'm not going 2 rounds, 2 rounds. He's saying 2 rounds are gonna knock him out and stuff, right? And he's like, boy, Javante's like, boy, if I hit you like that, boy, Luke Campbell knocked you down. If I hit you like that, you're gonna be dead. You
you
know?
know, Gervonta Davis is real good. He's not
Oh
just
yeah.
gifted, but he's real good and he has some defense too.
24-0, 23 KOs, huge power puncher.
Yes.
Southpaw.
He had one fight that went the distance.
Yeah, one fight it was six round or something.
Yeah, and he looked, I don't know, he
Yeah,
didn't,
it didn't look great. I mean,
but he
but
went against a guy that also was awkward too, so that could be part of the reason. Who knows?
yeah, for sure.
But
For
he's a
sure.
scary fighter, man. I think he's the best in that division. Outside of Lopez and Lomachenko, I think he's the best in that division.
Yeah, like these guys like Haney and stuff. Haney to me is a word. Not sorry. Worse is a bad adjective. Out of the top guys that we mentioned, I feel he's at the latter end of that.
Yeah,
Of
yeah, I
those
would agree
guys.
with that. I think,
And oh, sorry. Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I think he needs some more fights and some tougher opponents
Yeah,
uh, to see how good he is too.
yeah. So Tank was talking about that sparring with Devin Haney.
Oh yeah.
Or this is what he said.
Oh man.
He goes, even talking about Tefimo Lopez, sparring with
Yeah.
Lopez and Haney. He's like, I touched Tefimo up and I played with him. Davis was talking about his sparring with both those guys.
Yeah.
He goes, I actually stopped Devin in sparring. Um, we sparred twice. I stopped him the first time and I almost knocked him out the second time. But it was a good sparring the second time, but I almost knocked him out. And he's talking about Devin Haney.
Telling you, these guys are not like if I were a guy coming up in the ranks, I would want to fight. I would want to be a sparring partner to one of these guys, right? Just for the experience of it.
Yeah,
If
actually,
I were,
yeah,
sorry, if I were at the top,
yeah,
I don't want to. I don't know if it's always such a good idea to spar some of these young guns coming up, so they get a feel for how you fight.
I
But I
mean,
don't know. You've been there.
yeah, I mean, like my take on it is you always try to find like if you always want to test yourself, you always want to improve your skill. If I go to a gym, like, and I see obviously got to be closer to my weight. I mean, in sparring, it's not like a fight because they're not by weight class. Sparring, you can spar somebody 20 pounds heavier
Right.
or whatever. Like,
Right.
it's not that big. But if I see somebody at the gym and he's good, I'm like, I want to work with him. I want to spar with him because I want to test myself and I want to get better.
Right.
You don't get better beating guys up that you do every day and stuff.
True. True.
So that's how you gotta keep going like that until
Yeah.
you one day you're the best guy, the top dog in the gym.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha. It makes sense. It makes sense.
that's how it was with me, Doc, when I used to go to that one gym in Detroit, Adam Butzel. I used to spar those guys. They used to beat me up and stuff, but I kept coming, man. And then I was the one that was administering the beatings. Now it was different. And the coach took over and started just like I was the guy. He loved me. He's like always work with me, like Drew. That's what they call me, Drew.
Why Drew?
Andrew.
Oh.
Andrew.
Oh.
So that yo, Drew, what's up, man? What's up? It was great sparring. It's probably like Bones Adams, Tom Boom Boom Johnson. Um, I like this other guy, Rambo Ramses Patterson. He was really good. Sparred some other good fighters there.
Yeah. Tough guys from Kronk.
Yeah, yeah. This gym was Butzel's. It was a different gym, but
Hmm.
Kronk is the well-known famous gym in Detroit and one of the most famous gyms in the world.
Yeah. Because of Emmanuel. Yeah.
Yeah, and because of Manuel, sure, and Thomas Hearns, the Hitman.
The Hitman. Read his autobiography. It's good.
Oh, I gotta read it.
Yeah.
I love the guy.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite fighters out of the 80s.
Damn, could he punch? Eh? What was his first nickname?
Who's Tommy Hearns?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
before Hitman Hearns.
I don't remember.
The Motor City Cobra.
Oh, right, right.
he was he was sick,
Yeah,
eh?
good
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Well, sometimes. um, so yeah, like that's what Tank was saying about the sparring with the Haney and stuff, but and he wants to fight as well too. Tank does. The trouble is going to be, and usually there's always some kind of trouble with the networks or the promoters or something. But this time we got like both guys on the same page. We have Golden Boy and Oscar De La Hoya. He wants it.
Yeah,
Pretty Boy Floyd.
yeah,
He wants it. So and that's what.
yeah,
But a little bit of back and forth about the purse split, and Javante is like, I get 60-40, and Garcia never gonna take 60-40. Garcia is like, he's like, I'm what's his saying? Is like he's got one of the belts at the lightweight division, and Tank just moved up from junior lightweight to lightweight, but
yes,
he's already been there,
yeah,
and so and he's right. I feel his fan base maybe is even of that of on Javante's level, or maybe even more.
Who, Garcia?
Yeah,
I think it's a bit, I
right.
think it might be more.
Cause Javante is big though. Remember when he fought in Atlanta,
He's big.
in
He is
Gamboa?
big.
He was very, a lot of people.
Yeah. So that's, man, this is a part of boxing I don't like sometimes, is
Yeah,
where they're gonna haggle because it's based on fan base, how well the name is known. I mean, that's always been a part of boxing, but with these two guys that are so close in so many ways, like
yeah.
hashing out a contract is not going to be easy, I bet.
No, I don't
On the
think
money
so.
side of things, I
Yeah,
think that's
usually, and that's the that's the thing that prevents these fights from generally happening so quick.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
or they don't happen at all.
and maybe they'll let it percolate, this kind of this rivalry, and just keep building so they get, can make the most money from it. That's my guess. It ain't gonna happen at the beginning of this year, but it might happen late summer maybe.
I think, but Doc, I think the thing is this: is that we ain't gonna even take anything else. Like we want these guys to be fighting each other now,
Yeah,
like Sugar Ray Leonard, and Duran and
yeah,
Hearns and Hagler. They all did. They
yeah,
fought each other. That's what made them so great.
yeah,
So we need to see
absolutely.
that kind of that mixture again.
Yes, and that's a great place to, at 135, which is so deep. Let's showcase these guys. I mean, that's what us fans want to see, anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, with the split in the purse, and then Javante goes as far as a percentage, whatever will make the fight happen. That's what Davis is saying. So it's not really about the percentage. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think this fight is going to be close to being made. I my real opinion, because Chavez said, I think Julio Cesar Chavez said it. He's like, but obviously he didn't say it in English. He's like,
yeah,
if I wanted a fight, I would tell Don King, and Don King would give me that fight. Like if I
right.
wanted to fight somebody, I would fight him. I would get the fight done. Like the fight would be like, I mean, not just tomato cans, like guys that are gonna be top guys that he needs to
Yeah.
go.
But is Davis still under Mayweather Promotions, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mayweather's going to have the final say. Mayweather and Ellerby will have the final say
They both
on
said,
the
but
money. And
they're
Mayweather is about the money,
they're both
knows how to make
saying
money.
you're right, 100%. They're
Yeah,
both confirming that they all want it. They
right.
all want it, and they're ready to do whatever's necessary to make it. Like Javante is admitting that he's right. Garcia's right. He doesn't. I don't deserve a 60-40 split because he's worth a lot more. He's been in the weight class longer, and he's like a whatever champion or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So, so
All right, we'll see how it plays out.
yeah, that's yeah, we'll see how it plays out. What else do I got here? Well, we were talking all about this. Look, we're almost done, and we got
Oh man,
10
this
minutes left.
damn, we'll have to revisit this because there is a lot more.
Yeah, and
Yes,
there's other fights too coming up and stuff,
right.
and some fights that we didn't see. One guy we can just, I know you love Shakur Stevenson, and
Yes.
but because we were just talking about a little bit about our hiatus from doing the podcast and everything, and obviously because of the pandemic and that, but ESPN and Top Rank, they did this great thing, their bubble thing that they, like all those other sports like basketball are doing that. We're doing
Yeah.
the bubble. The fighters come into that bubble for a week before they could do all the testing, all the safety protocol, no fans, blah blah.
Yeah.
But there was a return of boxing since the pandemic was on
Yes.
ESPN Top Rank's card, and there was Shakur Stevenson was the first card, the first time. There were
Yeah.
some good fights on that. We gotta go talk about a little bit about those ones. We'll
That's
revisit
right.
everything.
Then you
Yeah,
got to talk about the two British heavyweights, Dubois and
Joyce.
Joyce, because they both went into that fight undefeated. Joyce
Yeah,
won.
I think
Um,
that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say, but because they're so highly touted as prospects, that they're slowly creeping into the heavyweight picture.
Landscape. Yeah, I
The
think
landscape. They're
more
at the
more.
edges, but they're not right. But they're gonna enter it soon. I think, at least by
I don't.
next year,
I'm not. I don't.
2022.
I don't think so. Dubois basically, to me, he even though he did get his orbital bone broken,
Yeah,
some to
yeah,
me it looked like he surrendered a little bit too early. I mean, I don't know the severity of it. Some
yeah,
people say, I know David Hay immediately showed his displeasure for him calling him a quitter and stuff and whatever. And Joyce, I don't see nothing at all. But I mean, I don't think those guys are even. We just need to see Tyson Fury and we need to see Joshua, and that's the biggest fight in boxing. And even oh, sorry, and even Tank and Garcia, especially Tank was saying that's
What
the biggest
about
fight.
okay? But as far as staying with the heavyweights, we also gotta and when I'm talking about those two prospects, especially Joyce, now that he won, I'm thinking more in 2022, not 2021.
Okay.
But speaking of the heavy, continuing with the heavyweights, I think you're right. That Tyson Joshua would be the biggest fight, but we also got Usyk now fighting as a heavyweight, right?
Doc, were you impressed with his last fight when he fought?
He he looked too small.
I was not impressed at all. It was like a amateur fight for 12 rounds.
He could not, and he wasn't. His power wasn't really affecting
Yeah,
his opponent.
yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
that impressed. I think he's too
Chisora,
small for
Chisora.
heavyweight. Yeah,
Yeah,
too
yeah.
small for heavyweight. I think he should stay at cruiserweight. But
You
who do you
can't.
fight at
Who
cruiserweight?
do you
There's
fight?
nobody.
You can't blame the guy. He's trying to get heavyweight money. You know. Damn. What the